diggity, no doubt, baby. No diggity, no doubt. I'm in the house.
Come on, Fonzo.
No diggity.
I forgot Quincy Jones is on there.
No diggity, no doubt. I'm in the house.
And we are in the house.
It's about to play something else, y'all, because I can't work it. Well, hello.
It's been too long since we've been gone. We know that you missed us. We missed you. Now we back home.
Because we back as hell an insecure bag.
Yeah. Well, no, TV is getting back good again.
Since COVID, that is true. The
reason
reason we really was like not recording is because there was literally nothing on television.
Yeah, it would be like every once in a while something may come on HBO Max, like a documentary or something. Or
Ooh,
Netflix.
Did you watch the documentary with the lady with the big hair?
I told you about that.
Oh, okay, I forgot.
All the way down, on the way down.
Y'all need to watch it. It's about like this religious, essentially cult.
She was a diet guru.
And she threw religion into it.
She turned into a religious cult.
So basically, if you can't lose weight, Jesus don't love you.
That's
was
what
good.
she said. That's what she said.
And there's Lulu Rich on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
They were selling y'all tights with the holes in it, and it was making millions of dollars.
I thought it was Lululemon. I ain't never even heard about them.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
So how you been?
Girl, I've been good. Working and stuff. You've been working and stuff.
I do work. I do clock in.
We just been adulting, still dodging COVID.
Adulting is whack.
Yeah.
And happy anniversary to when I had COVID, because this time last year I was just coming off of it.
Yeah. I remember that person like wrote in your message talking about I wasn't a good friend or something like that because you had posted our text messages, but I was like, so how you feeling? And you was like, you said something. I was just like, you're the one.
I forgot about that. I was being mean.
I felt so way about that person in your comments trying to talk about me not being a good friend.
Yeah, Christy was a real good friend when I had COVID. My mom cashed that person money, and Christy went to 3 different stores and got me stuff. And I still haven't had oranges as good as the ones with Christy when I had COVID that Christy got me.
No, it was serious. When your mama called me, I was like, Miss Kim, I got you, Miss Kim. It was serious.
Let me tell you, Christy, I had water. I literally ran out of that water earlier this year.
Are you serious?
No, dead ass. Because you bought me a case of 48.
Because I go through 48 in 2 weeks.
You bought me 2 cases of 48. 2 things of Gatorade. I remember eating them grapes and oranges, especially the grapes the first couple of days because it was simple. But yeah, Christy came through with a whole, but my door was stacked.
2 big things like chicken broth.
I ain't gonna lie. And she went to 3 different stores because she's like, I don't like the produce at this store. And I'm like, thank you, me neither.
I was like, I need to go somewhere else. This ain't gonna work for my good sis. I was like, they don't have the hand sanitizer here. Let me go over to this store and get some.
You did. She went to 3 stores for me, so thank you.
You're welcome, girl. But yeah, girl, so our throwback, it's been a minute, was In the House. In the House. It's a sitcom that ran for 5 seasons from 95 to 99. The first 2 seasons were on NBC, and the last 3 seasons were on UPN.
Like they always do.
UPN and
WB.
They were coming through back in the day for our black shows. LL Cool J plays Marion Hill. He's an ex-NFL player who rents his house out to Jackie Warren, who is played by Debbie Allen. She's a divorcee and a single mother to 2. Her high school daughter is Tiffany, which is played by Maya Campbell. And then she had a son that's a little nerdy, Austin, and he was played by Jeffrey Wood. And so in the 3rd season, the execs decided to write out Debbie Allen and Jeffrey Wood because they wanted to take the show into a
They lasted 2 seasons?
It was 2 seasons on NBC.
No. Debbie Allen lasted 2 seasons?
Yeah, 2 seasons.
I never realized. I thought it was always just 1.
Yeah, no. They wanted to take the show into more of an adult audience or whatnot. And so, but I just always kind of thought it was stupid that they wrote that she left Tiffany with Marion.
That's crazy because Marion was a grown ass man, and you left your high school daughter with a man that's an ex NFL player that's not family.
That you only knew for like
2 years.
A year or two, yeah. So, but whatever. And so, in the third season, Alfonso Ribeiro joins as Dr. Maxwell Stanton. He's a Harvard grad. He's kind of pompous and jerk or whatever.
Cooler Carlton.
He was actually a continuation of his Carlton character, and he appeared in season 2 as Carlton. Kim Wayans was on the show from seasons 2 to 4 as Tanya Harris. She's a physical therapist, and she initially had a crush on Marion. And Dr. Max and Tanya helped Marion manage his sports clinic. Lark Voorhees joined the cast from season 4 to 5 as Mercedes Langford, and she marries Dr. Max. And actually, y'all may have missed this because by the time that Kenya Moore came on the show, that was when they were playing it at midnight on UPN.
Listen, finish the thing because I really need to talk about how they really played in my face about In the House.
But Kenya Moore, actually, I think this is probably like her biggest role in the 90s because she was just kind of like on episodes. She would be like in the opening credits of shows, like there's an episode of The Fresh Prince where she's like
she'll do opening and she'll do the whole episode, but she's not gonna talk.
Yeah,
she don't have no line, but she's there.
She's like, this is my girlfriend.
Hi. And then that's it. You just see the rest of the day. You just see her in the dress, just in the club dress,
and they all just be like, "Ain't she so pretty? She bad."
She always had a baby body boomy doomy dress.
Yeah,
that's the 90s.
Cleavage.
Yeah,
she ain't had no booty back then. But she was still bad.
Kenya Moore. Had me excited when she originally came to Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes. But she played Valerie Bridgeforth, who's like she was a divorcee also and had a daughter. And her and Marion actually end up together. He ends up leaving the house. And there were, I didn't write them down, but it was 2 other characters who played Tiffany's best friend. The guy, he played T on The Parkers. I forgot his name. And then the girl, I can't remember her name, but she ended up having like mental issues and stuff later on down the road. You know, her.
Lark Voorhees, I believe, was on In the House for a little minute too.
Yeah, she was season 4 through 5.
Okay.
Yeah. She had mental issues. Maya Campbell had mental issues.
Maya Campbell is just one of the saddest cases to me because I just always thought she was so pretty.
Yes, top like beauties of the 90s.
She's there.
Yeah, her, Lark Voorhees.
And as dressed, because back then you'll be in a t-shirt and some jeans or just a dress, and it wasn't all that rah he let me put bundle at the bundle in. It was just real natural beauties, in my opinion, more so then than it is now. But
and if she was starring in the movie, you knew she was gonna be the girl that
she was never not that girl.
Yeah, she was that girl.
Never not it. Even when you watch her music videos, she's just never not that girl.
Yeah.
But the saddest case about her, because I remember when they first showed that original video when she was in a car, and I think that man might have been hitting her in the head or something. Everybody thought that mess was funny.
I didn't think that was funny. She was talking real fast and stuff.
I don't think when she was in Atlanta trying to flat iron people's hair in the airport was funny. I do not think showing her as an addict is funny. Like, I understand sometimes we do kind of make crackheads the punchline. Making Ezell, rest in peace, AJ Johnson. No,
AJ Johnson.
No.
I think.
No, AJ Johnson is
Girl, let me find out.
AJ Johnson. Yeah, she don't cuss us out because AJ Johnson is a baby boy.
No, but I think he's AJ Johnson too.
I really feel like it's AJ Johnson, but AJ Johnson is also a baby boy, no?
She was like, you've been watching the OWN network. She's like, or TV One. She's like, I'm AJ Johnson, but y'all may know me as Shireen from House Party.
We do know you as Shireen.
We know you as Shireen, but you Jody Mama too.
Yeah, we know Jody Mama and we know you as Shireen, sis. Know your worst queen, because that's what's his name?
Yeah, AJ Johnson.
Okay, so it is AJ Johnson. I know we kind of make crackheads a punchline because sometimes crackheads, some stuff is just funny with crackheads. And it is what it is. Not that it's funny with crackheads. If you're just funny, you're just funny regardless if you're on drugs or not. I'm sorry.
I think a fictional character crackhead is funny. But like, because they make them out to be funny.
Well, even there's some real crackheads I've came across that I kind of cackle.
But that's because they're out to be funny. Like that's what I'm
saying.
Funny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you're just funny, regardless if you're on narcotics or drugs or you're addicts or not, some people are just actually funny.
Yeah.
Like I think Whitney Houston was funny regardless.
Yeah.
Whitney cracked me up on being Bobby Brown. She was high as hell.
Yeah.
Hilarious though.
Shit, that Diane Sawyer interview.
No, it's funny.
Show me the receipts.
It's funny, but. Yeah. With her, it was no punchline to that.
Yeah.
She wasn't trying to be funny. She was not being sarcastic. It was like
was like a real, let me put this camera on her to humiliate her. Y'all remember her as Maya Campbell, the bad girl, you know what I'm saying, in the 90s, early 2000s. But look at her now.
And that was just, I didn't like that. So I don't even know how she's doing. I think the last time I seen her, she might have fell off the wagon. Yeah, and I don't even think I finished watching the video because I don't like to see that.
Yeah.
Especially because they say it happened because her mom died and she already had some mental health issues, and her mom
had basically been like
keeping her on track. And the second her mom passed away, it was just a shit show. Which, understandably, I can totally get how your mom passing could throw you into something.
Because it's like you already dealing with the mental illness, but on top of that, now you're dealing with the grief of your mother passing, and you may feel like that's the only person that cared for you, because that really was the only person keeping you in line.
That was sad.
Yeah.
But I did love In the House.
Yeah, it comes on Aspire.
It does. They do a mini marathon every day. That's how I got back into it.
They do. Yeah, that's how I started watching it again, because I was like, oh, I haven't seen In the House in a minute, and then I just started watching.
I got caught in the house one day, and I was like 8 episodes in, and then I decided I was like, you know what? When I really think about it, I know what In the House was. I have a gist of it in my mind, but In the House isn't like a show where I can specifically name certain episodes and what happened when, and I can quote it. So it's been very fun to watch it because it's almost been new. Yeah. Especially because I feel like a lot of them episodes was at midnight, and my bedtime was like 10.
Like that last season, which is season 5, I think they only got like 6 episodes, and
my bedtime was 10.
Yeah.
Around that time. Yeah. I think so. So
I remember watching it in real time, especially the seasons with Debbie Allen, and I do remember watching it when it went to UPN. So.
I remember Debbie Allen's real time on NBC, and I do remember UPN as well. Yeah. But then I just remember randomly catching it if I was flipping through the channels, and I feel like it was like a Sunday they might have played it like right before Showtime at the Apollo.
Yeah,
it was just really an odd time, and also UP fucking in. Why are y'all playing Showtime at the Apollo that late at night? Showtime at the Apollo could have did it very much so better if y'all. I mean, it did well. Don't get me wrong, but I think Showtime at the Apollo really should have had a 9 at the latest 10 o'clock slot.
I thought it came on earlier though, or did they just move around or was it just I made it a point to stay up? I
think you made a point to stay up to watch it, because I remember every time I watched Showtime at the Apollo, all the lights are off in the house, and I was always in the living room by myself, which lets me know my mama and my little brother was asleep. And it's not like my little brother used to stay up later than me most of the time, and my mom wasn't like an 8 o'clock sleeper. Yeah. So I feel like Showtime at the Apollo at the earliest I think came on at like 11.
Yeah. But overall, like In the House just deserved more respect than that. I mean, LL Cool J, come on now.
You had LL Cool J, you had Kim Wayans. Like, let's be clear.
Ribeiro, like.
But I think it got the respect it deserved in the 3rd to 4th season. UPN just got really shady with black shows after a while, and I don't like that they did that, because I appreciate UPN and WB, because if you ever go on UPN's Wikipedia and you put shows like black show, or if you Google like black shows that were on UPN, it's like a list on top of a list on top of a list.
In outer space.
Yeah, but like then it's like all these shows that went missing because they got like a season and it canceled like a few episodes. Like Holly Robinson Pete and Reagan Gomez had a show.
Do you remember Sparks?
I know, but Sparks had like 3 seasons. I love Sparks with Kim Whitley, Robin Givens, Terrence Howard, Uncle Phil, Joanna Man.
Yeah, Miguel
Nunez. Uncle Phil was on there.
And then wasn't there that one show? It was called like It's Not a Man. But it's something.
The Good News.
Good News.
Good
Yeah.
News was good as hell too.
Yeah.
Was on it. They had a couple of seasons. I was watching Good News on YouTube one day.
Yeah.
They had this one which I didn't realize that it came after Moesha. Gabrielle Union used to star in it.
Oh, she posted it. It was like with Jaleel White.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think it was called Grown Up. She said, but I don't remember that.
Sidney Poitier's daughter and Khalil White had a show. No, not Khalil White. Kadeem Hardison. They had a show too.
I remember that. I remember second chances or second chance around or second time around or something with Boris Kojo and Nicole Harry Parker.
I vaguely remember that.
I did like that and was mad when I got canceled. But also I was a huge like Damon and Terry Soul Food fan, even though looking back I shouldn't have been because that was such a terrible relationship, by the way. Love Soul Food. Obsessed with that show when it was on.
Okay. So since we've watched In the House because like we said it comes on Aspire, but we can't name our top 5 episodes.
Can I?
Name your top 5 LL Cool J songs.
Hey Lover. This is my
Yeah.
I do upsize. LL Cool J is hard as hell. Yeah, that one. But
Yeah.
Nope. What's the other one? I can't even.
Who do you love?
I like Who Do You Love? Man, it's like a Sharks fan. I'm bad.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm bad. Who Do You Love? Hey Love. I might be able to take Rock the Bells off. I did like Paradise, so I could take Rock the Bells off. So Paradise, because there's a 5th one I can't think of right now, but Doing It.
You know that's my song.
So shout out to Doing It because LL Cool J, I was watching Oprah when Oprah had I forgot what was the name of it, but she used to talk to like celebrities.
Oh yeah, when they would she would go to their house. and
Yeah,
stuff,
she did the Wayne. I've been looking for the Wayans one for the longest because that was a good one. And I think Jamie Foxx had one. Jennifer Hudson had one right after her mom and sister. Mom and brother and nephew died. But anyways, so LL Cool J did this interview with Oprah, and he was saying like he is so embarrassed by the song Doing It. And so back in a few years ago, Ellen had like these
the little 2 kids.
the 2 little
Was it
Grace and what was the other girl name? Grace is the little blonde haired girl.
Was it it started with an M or
I
something?
can't, but it was these 2 cute little girls that
And they're always singing.
They always singing Nicki Minaj. That's how they got on the show.
Uh-huh.
I love Nicki Minaj. And so that's how she said it. And so they seen LL Cool J on the red carpet, and when they seen like celebrities, they would tell them they know their songs, and they would sing the song. And granted, like when you get Katy Perry, you're getting Teenage Dream, you're getting Taylor Swift, you're getting those type of artists coming down this red carpet. Well, LL Cool J shows up, and they don't sing. Ooh, I forgot I Need Love. I do like that too. But it's not like they see LL Cool J and they're not like I Need Love. They don't sing.
Mama said knock you out.
They didn't sing that. They start singing Doing It, and the sheer embarrassment on LL Cool J's face. And I cannot find that clip to save my life on YouTube because I look for that clip like every few months. Like it has to be online now. He's so embarrassed by these little girls doing it and doing it and doing it well. I was like, and then Chrissy always says if she ever goes on lip
If I was
sync,
famous and I did the lip
Lip
sync
sync battle?
I would just doing it. And like my dream would be one half would be the male and the other half of me would be the female, and then like I would just like switch sides. It's the first time together,
and I'm feeling kind of horny.
Conventional making love kind of bored me, and then I'm gonna call you Big Daddy and scream your name. Matter of fact, I can't wait for your candy rain. Mine would be, of course, Doing It. Hey Lover, Around the Way Girl. That's my shit. Y'all may not like this song, but Headstrong in college
Headstrong
was a time.
Headstrong was the what the AKA stroll to, and I just genuinely remember that damn song in a way I should not, because it's the way they used to swing them goddamn raps and them goddamn
Them newbies.
yes, like, oh wow, they playing Headstrong. Oh shit.
No, when they call me Big LA. Big Z. No, I love Headstrong.
Headstrong in the club. Yeah. Headstrong particularly in the club in college at a time was the shit. I'm sorry.
We be up
In the club, we be
posting the back. When we be in the club, girls always come to the back.
Hey, everybody get
headstrong. Ooh, headstrong. Yes, that was the time.
I did. I ain't gonna lie. I was down to the club.
Yeah.
Busting a hole in the people's sofa because I was on it. Definitely was busting a hole in the people's sofa.
And my fifth song, I don't know. Maybe I'm going back to Cali or something. I don't know. Or maybe Mama Said Knock You Out. Maybe. I don't know. I know it's not I Need Love because I just feel like I Need Love is just so played out. Like, yeah. But shout out to In the House. If y'all want to watch it, it is on Aspire.
It is.
Yes.
So, my boyfriend's back, and it's going to be trouble.
It's going to be trouble if love don't get to you first.
No.
If love.
Okay, so
and first off, this is going to be a spoiler alert, but it shouldn't be a spoiler alert because you has been on.
Okay, y'all know how this show works. If we announced the show before we talk about the show. If you have not seen the show, just go ahead and fast forward. If you look into the notes, you will see I actually have everything timed out. So if it's a show that you don't want to hear about, just go ahead, stop it, scroll down, look at the timesheet, go to the next part of the show.
Yes.
I figured y'all did that, didn't think I need to explain it, but there goes an explanation.
Don't be all like, dang, I didn't even get to watch it.
Yeah.
The show has been out for like a month now.
Girl,
Season 3 has been out.
Okay, so my boyfriend came back. You are still a funny show to me because Christy put me on You when it was on Lifetime. It literally was on Lifetime weekly. Christy just kept talking about this show like you gotta watch it. She's like, it's just like weird. I don't know. She's like, I don't know. Like he's like stalking her, but he likes her. He don't want to hurt her. It's just like what? So I ended up watching You originally on Lifetime. I caught up to the current episodes and I was like hooked. And then somewhere they made a deal, which was the smartest thing they did because it was gonna die on Lifetime.
Yeah,
they made a deal on.
Well,
Netflix.
it was only supposed to be a limited series anyway.
And I totally could see that because it didn't look like it needed to have a second.
It's based on a book.
Okay, so it definitely didn't look like it needed a second series. But they end up putting You on Netflix and like hot cakes, like damn near the same day. It was like, y'all see this show You? Mm-hmm. And I was like, me and Chrissy been watching it.
We been on
yeah, because I like that. Like I'm on everything before everybody else. So that made my little soul happy. But so we're back in season 3. I didn't really too much care for season 2.
Yeah, it was too much.
Yeah,
they were I think they were really trying to find a storyline of where they wanted to take it.
Yeah, I didn't care for 2. So then I kind of was a little disappointed it went to Netflix. But they redeemed themselves season 3. We go back and we see Joe and Love and they're married with a...
Love tried to domesticate my nigga.
She did.
She tried to domesticate him.
And you know what? She could have if he liked her.
Yeah.
He didn't like Love.
And she knew he didn't like her.
And she knew she was only spared because she was pregnant.
Yeah.
And he was so mad when it was a boy though. That's what was taking me out.
my daughter, wait, it's a boy?
Like, I don't know, nigga.
Right. What am I supposed to do?
Like, I don't know, namesake.
Right. I already messed him up.
Jesus, have to kill this bitch. She gave me a boy, but Joe, it happened. The father decides to say, I don't give a fuck.
Right, but she been telling me it was a girl. Maybe I should kill the doctor because she lied to me.
No, I thought you really was gonna kill that doctor. That be the thing about crazy people. I think they about to kill everybody. I was just like, oh man, he about to kill everybody in here. And maybe it was just tucked away, so that dick was tucked away the whole time.
Right.
I was so confused by that.
Yeah, like technology has came a long way.
Like you telling me the whole time that baby was just tucking it the whole entire. I was like, I think Love lied.
Maybe Joe should have.
No, because they're incompetent. Because that baby never moved.
Well, because maybe they didn't show us, but maybe Love was going to the doctor during COVID. So then
I think that whole lie. I'm not gonna lie. I think she lied. I'm gonna tell you why because I'm no expert or nothing, but you telling me that whole entire time that baby just never switched around.
But see, I just kind of took it as that this was a world without COVID and that they were both going to the doctor's
I guess so. It was a cute thing. I guess I get what they were trying to do, but in my mind, I was just like, so that baby never moved around not once during.
They had told my parents that I was a boy. until I came out and I was a girl and they thought I was a boy.
See,
I don't know.
leave your childhood alone. Just Jesus Christ. Okay, so maybe they can't make honest mistakes. Oh.
I mean, but that's unacceptable.
It is. It really is. But anyway, so he really wanted to take her out anyway. But then she had a son, and he wanted to kill her again because he was so disappointed by that. I'm sorry, that gender reveal would have been terrible with Joe. But so this is my thing about you. Great show. I wanted Love dead on episode 1.
Yeah, she was just too much of a liability. Like, and it was her doing stuff, but then expecting Joe to clean it up.
And Chrissy had it right, because I was just like, because Chrissy watched it after me, so I don't want to say too much. And when she texted me about the first killing, which was the neighbor, what was her name? Natalie. When she originally killed Natalie, she wasn't even going there to kill Natalie. She just got more upset as she sat in there.
Yeah.
You know,
no, I think you said that.
Well, I felt like she did, because I felt like originally, because my thing was, if you wanted to kill her, you would have went with a pocket knife or something. Yeah. Well, you just went to that abandoned place. How were you going to kill her? Yeah. And then they showed her like looking around. The second she said, "Let's go to the basement," I was like, "Oh, she's clicking in her head."
Yeah.
That's when I was just like, she's now enraged.
Yeah, I felt like it was kind of like a toss up before.
And I forgot.
Staring.
Yeah, and I forgot what she originally said, but whatever she said, and she's like, "Can I see the basement?" I was like, "Oh, she clicked."
Because it was also, she remembered that she found her. Wait, did she? No, she did find her stuff in Joe's stuff. She found.
Yeah, she found all that stuff. And then they had the conversation. Y'all don't quote me. She found, either way, she knew that her and Joe had something going, or kind of going, okay, let me take it back. She knew Joe was obsessed with her. So that's a problem within itself, because she knows how it feels if Joe's obsessed with a woman.
Mm-hmm. And then plus, because Joe told her.
She went over there and that girl, and that girl
she
acted
was
like they didn't. Yeah. So my thing was, I feel like when whatever happened, I feel like when she said, "Let's go to the basement," that's when she was like, "Oh, I'm taking this bitch out." Because then when they show her them walking into the basement, she starts looking around for something to hit her with or hurt her with. And of course, she finds an axe and takes the girl smooth the hell out in the basement. And this is my thing too. Again, it's 2021. You damn near can't go up to somebody's front porch without a rain camera hitting your ass.
Yeah. And her husband was like into technology, and
it was just really odd to me that she got away with it. They got away with that murder so long to begin with.
I think it was the angle of everything, like where the cameras were situated.
Well, I guess so, because the stepson realized that Joe was doing something on the side. But yeah, so it was that, and Christy pinned it correctly. You said she was impulsive as hell, and I'm like, that is it. Like, if you're gonna murder somebody as a person who watches a lot of true crime, it can't be impulsive. You can't just strangle a person because you just got mad one day because you have nothing.
Because you in the moment.
Yeah. And then you just make all the mistakes. I don't want to say everybody knows that, but if you watch enough 2020 and whatever documentaries, you realize that impulsive shit be the one to get you.
Yeah, and the thing about Joe is that when Joe becomes obsessed with you, he also becomes obsessed with everybody around you.
So he clocks everyone.
He learns everything about
Which is actually pretty psycho, but I can admire. I mean, when you say it that way, it's crazy as hell, but I admire that.
I mean, I think it's
a little sexy.
You know,
I mean, so he gonna know everything. He know what Chrissy doing.
Know me. Know my people. If they ain't treating me right, know that about me.
No, because he do. She's not a good friend anymore.
Right.
You deserve better.
You do. You do.
Yes, that's the weird part.
Yeah, and then plus, and I mean, not to make Joe's killing sound any better than Love's, because Joe is a psycho too.
He's a psycho.
But it's like, Love is also possessive. And I mean, Joe.
Well, I think Love isn't possessed. I think Love and Joe are equally possessive. Mm-hmm. We just got to see Joe not obsessed with somebody. Because let's think about first season. He was on that blonde haired girl's head. He killed that girl, Peach.
Peach was a bad friend.
Well, damn it, Christy.
And the ex-boyfriend,
Well, damn it, Christy.
He didn't kill the black girl that he was dating.
But that is true. Somebody says Joe believes Black Lives Matter. He kills black girl either. Somebody said they call him Joe Luther King. And they said Joker X. Oh, this shit had me dying. Joker X really took me out. Joker X actually did it for me.
No, but the thing about Joe is that, I would have to go back and watch season 1 and season 2 again. I think the only reason why he killed Beck was because Beck found out too much about what he was doing. I think she had discovered
because he ended up. But the thing,
stuff.
But my thing is, and that's the only thing I didn't like about that whole box situation. It's like once you put somebody in a glass box, where the fuck do you go from there?
Yeah, because
you have to take them out.
Yeah. She found out too much, but the thing about Joe is that I think that Joe will also, if you're just like, I'm not feeling this, because they did break up at one point in time too, because she was just like, this ain't gonna work out.
She found them teeth, and then he seen her finding the teeth, and that's when he knocked her out and put her in the box.
Yeah, I can't remember. I would have to watch it again. But with love is more so if I can't have you, ain't nobody else gonna have you.
Oh, she was gonna kill that neighborhood, and that was the other half. It was just like y'all coming to Wisteria Lane. Shout out to Desperate Housewives.
And Marsha Cross, you still look good, girl.
You do Marsha Cross, yes, bitch. But you come on Wisteria Lane and have the neighborhood just go missing within 2 or 3 months. We're gonna look at the new neighbors,
right? How do you?
And that's the neighborhood that actually hangs together because they went to that party. So it's just and then you getting people who are really into tech.
Wait. Okay, that first episode, weren't they selling out on one couple because they was they be having threesomes? They have an open.
Oh, that was a very shady neighborhood. Come to find out, the black girl. What was her name? Because I did not. I thought. Listen, the way I thought she was a goner.
The first couple of episodes, I was like,
no,
if you took her out,
I want to love to take that black woman out, and I just knew love would. No, when she talked about that missing body. And waiting for the cameras to get her sadness,
Natalie was such a good neighbor, and Love was the last one to see her.
She was my best friend
when she had the visual, and there was a picture.
It was just, and then the thing was, that's my other problem with Love too. Not only are you impulsive. I guess it ties into you being impulsive, but then it was just stupid to yell about the murder you did in your house.
When Joe didn't even want them there, but you're the one who pushed
and then got mad when he participated.
Yeah. When he kept asking, are you sure you want to do it?
Because Joe really didn't care. Joe was like, please pound my wife.
She saw that he started to zone out, and she was like, wait, who are you thinking about?
Yeah, that was just...
who are you?
Joe did zone right out on that ass.
Oh, you such a big boy. It's
so loud for no reason.
I'm a screamer.
It's so loud for no reason.
I actually grew to like her husband.
No, I really did enjoy them.
Yeah.
But it kind of pissed me off too because I'm like, well, how do you play it off if you knew they did? They was going to have to go. What they should have did is fake sex with each other at that moment.
Play that calm.
And then be like, so do y'all want to join or not? If y'all don't, it's cool. And then they could have kind of got themselves out of there. But Joe and Love would have to walk in there with them being preoccupied. With their own situation. Yeah. That was the only way that was going to work.
Yeah.
Because Dad trying to play it off and it's dead silence. Y'all got no music on, ain't nothing going on.
Because Love was just so stupid. I was just like, kill her.
I ain't gonna lie, I also happy when he killed. I wanted him to kill her episode 1. So the fact that he took that.
I hope we don't sound male identified.
Nah, fuck that hoe. She was terrible.
No, yeah, Love was very terrible.
And I'm just so happy that they realized that the key was in the box.
Yeah,
because that is hilarious to me.
Because they realized they don't trust each other.
Yeah, they don't. They do crimes together, but they also know they can do a crime against each other.
Yeah.
So, but it was just funny that they wrote a book and then they had a box on the stage. I love that for them.
How we survived the box.
I love that for them.
When Joe punched that dude or whatever, he fell off the cliff and Joe carried him and he went back up. He was like, I've been taking whatever for 10 years. I'm never going to die. So
Joe was so...
I thought he was gonna try and turn Joe out though, because he was just too.
Yeah.
Joe was like, "Are you flirting with me?" Like,
But then they were very open. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like, are you guys okay with the guys? Because he's like, yeah. I'm like, y'all look freaky, ain't y'all? Y'all real. And I don't judge people's sex, but y'all freaky as hell.
he had Joe stand in front of that mirror just to masturbate.
That was so awkward. If you can't fuck yourself, like, I could have been Joe. I'd have been like, get me out of here.
Right.
That would have been.
I should just kill everybody in this.
Yeah,
house.
no, right. I need to kill everybody. You're taking me so long.
Like,
Everybody has to die.
I should just kill everybody.
This is stupid.
Joe was playing that whole time. She's gonna have this threesome, and then my plan is gonna work. She's gonna be so
Joe
activated with it.
hated her. Joe really wanted out of that. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm happy he killed her. I'm happy Baby Henry found a good place to go. Baby Henry /40. Weird.
Don't call my child Joe
40.
Denver. I'm sorry, but I can't remember who killed 40. Was it her or Joe?
I feel like it was her. I said I was gonna watch that last episode again. At least watch that part because I thought it was her.
Her mama was selling out.
Her mama had the baby at the Jack in the Box with no seatbelt on.
Drunk
as hell.
Blowing up setting the whole vineyard
with
on
a
fire.
baby in her hand, like.
So Joe, just to forewarn you, she killed her husband.
Yeah.
I can't prove that,
But she did.
but just watch yourself.
It was enough. I'm just at this point, I'm happy Joe is in Paris. We living his life, looking for his black family. And hopefully he lives happily ever after. That's all I can ask.
I don't know. I do wonder what is Joe's happy ever after, because if he was to find someone that was like in love with him but a normal love, like would he get bored with that? Would he be on to the next to obsess over? Like, is there any? Will he ever be satisfied?
I think Joe needs a daughter to be obsessed with. But now that means he's gonna kill the kids at the high school.
Yeah.
But
Oh, can they fast forward to like Joe has a family and we like get to? Oh my god.
That's it. You want them to fast forward?
Like, if next season, because you know how Netflix is, they only give you like 4 or 5 seasons. If they announce it, and it's already been renewed for season 4, if they announce like this is the last season, I wouldn't mind them fast forward and get
to Joe actually
having
get
a
his
family.
happiness.
Yeah, and having a family and being like, my daughter, she's so gorgeous. I made you.
That's so creepy.
And it's just him like being like, who is this? You want to date my daughter? What do you want to do?
But I don't want him to kill high school kids in the process. I want it to be like he fucked
like
around
he
and
be
killed
killing
parents.
teachers. And
I want him to kill. Yeah, like
you gave my daughter.
I want him to be
paper.
like he wants his daughter to break up with somebody, but they won't. So like he used to like kill the dad and now the mom and them have to move to another state. It's just like weird shit like that.
Look, we got these ideas.
Netflix.
If you need writers, we here.
We here, baby.
Creative directors, we here.
So real quick on Clickbaik.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
Clickbait had me in a chokehold.
I told you.
For a day.
I told you. Let me tell y'all something about Clickbaik. So I watched it later than everybody else.
Me too.
And she watched it after me.
Yeah. And I would also like to thank you all for not like posting spoiler alerts, and maybe I just wasn't watching it.
I don't think they really did. I think people talked about it in a way where it wasn't selling out.
It was always like, who do you think?
Or it'd be like, who are these people?
Yeah.
Like, who is Eve? First of all, let me tell you, her name Eve, right?
The mistress?
The mistress.
Oh, weirdo.
You have to be so disgusted.
When she made that trip to San Francisco, I was like,
Girl,
why are you here?
Listen.
Why is she here? Why is she here?
I'm going to tell y'all something. If I'm grieving my dude, regardless, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, whatever we had going on, don't you come to me talking about y'all was messing around.
Right.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
I was in love with him.
He's dead now, sis. So not only do I have to grieve him, and I got his kids at the house, I got to worry about the bitch he used to fuck? No, ma'am.
No, that week she said
Yes. So
that she said.
I'm going to tell you how I want her prosecuted to the highest of the law. I don't know what crime she did, and maybe it wasn't. No, it was a crime because she went down to that damn precinct.
She lied.
She lied under oath.
Was
she under oath?
I don't think she was under oath, but yeah, she was holding interviews and stuff.
And that pissed me off because it was like they ran him. Okay, first of all, I didn't like the fact that they ran that lady being his wife being a whore. But then when
I would have sold out so quick.
No.
When he's on what day naps? Well, I'm not the only one that had an extramarital affair.
I'm sorry, I would have had to drag the dead man. I'm sorry.
But like I had told you, to me that has some racial undertones to that too, especially at his visual. Mm-hmm. And them treating her the way that they did. Because I was like, if she was a white woman, they would have whispered to themselves and still would have thrown on a fake, like, oh, hey. But with her, they were outwardly disgusted with her.
Yeah, they were. So, yeah. And I didn't like the reporter because sometimes I feel like reporters dig so much for their story that they're like, they don't care about people involved.
No morals.
Yes, like at the end of the day,
and you're not even getting paid for that.
Yeah, you just being extra just to be extra, just so you can be on the shade room. Like I don't get it.
So you could say I broke this story.
Yeah, you don't get no cool points for that. Well, maybe in your industry you do, but I'm more annoyed with Clickbaik. Oh, shout out to his sister Pia. Pia, you're a real one.
She was annoying.
No, Pia really.
She did what she needed.
Listen, Oakland PD hire sis.
Right.
Sis was the head investigator. Okay. But what I wanted to say is, he deserved to die, y'all. Anybody who's locked up in a van for an obscene amount of time,
who dodges getting killed,
who literally dodges like twice being killed, who like literally gets away, then gets shot at and still survives and is able to like, if he was able to find the people house, he should have been able to find his house.
Yeah, and take y'all to the people, to call the police.
Yeah, so I don't understand being locked up and I'm like, let me go to the people who I think locked me up house.
And tell them I know what you did.
That's just not where my mind goes. Yeah. My mind is like, oh, let me call my mama. Let me let Christy know I'm okay. Let me call my grandma. I don't know. It's 100 people.
Call your mama first.
I'm gonna call my mother first.
You know, I don't be liking all that pressure.
My mama definitely. And also, don't take me anywhere. My location on my phone, so y'all they gonna be able to find me fast because my little cousin can tell you where I'm at right now. Shout out to Kobe.
I'm not gonna hurt you. You safe here.
Girl, that sound real crazy. I'm not gonna hurt you. You safe here.
You safe here.
No, I don't like the way you look. Location on says you better have a real plan because it's a wrap. But yeah, so that Clickbaik pissed me off because I sat there for the day let me not lie, say days. I sat there for that 24 hours because I really watched it in like I watched it in one sitting, went to bed, woke up extra early to finish it before I went to work.
Oh yeah, you did do that. I watched it like my work day. My entire work day was dedicated to that. So
I'm mad that is how Clickbait ended.
Yeah, we ain't gonna tell you how it ends.
I mean, I think we did, but it was stupid.
Yeah.
But where are we at the Wonder Years?
So y'all, Wonder Years has been rebooted. And I know that we're tired of these reboots. And I was initially hesitant. But Wonder Years, the reboot with the Black family, is so good. And I started watching the show. And, I was like, Ebony, you should really watch the show because I'm, like, in love with the mother. The show is based in the 60s, but the way that they have written the mother, she's so progressive. And she's just, like, the mother is just everything to me. So I tell Ebony, we're like 4 episodes, and I'm like, Ebony, watch the show because she keeps putting it off. Like, I'm gonna watch it. So she watches the show, y'all. This show is supposed to be a lighthearted family comedy. Like,
I don't understand what you think is lighthearted.
Ebony turned this show into a teen drama.
First of all, Martin Luther King dies in the first episode. How is that lighthearted?
A preteen drama because these kids ain't even. I don't even know if they teenagers yet. They ain't even in high school yet. She calls me like, oh, Keisha kissing, what's the friend name? Craig or Corey. That's fucked up what they did to Dean. I'm about to find his social media page. I was like,
Let me tell y'all
Leave
something.
that boy alone.
First of all, the first episode, Martin Luther King dies. Is that's a light heart to you?
But before that, they were playing baseball on the field.
Okay, so then that sounds like a dramatity to me. Did you laugh when Martin Luther King died? I didn't.
No, I didn't laugh.
I didn't.
But I also...
Did you laugh when a mama felt like she was ousted at work? Did you laugh? I fucking didn't.
That episode 4, she's so strong, y'all. And we still going through that to this day.
Episode 4 is about the mom in the workplace, and she's
the most educated.
Clearly
of everyone,
most
she has the master's. She keeps the place running.
Everyone comes to her office, and on top of her running the place, because she's still the black woman that can cook, it's like, okay, you cook this for this and cook that for that, and like no one wants to have lunch with her.
Yeah.
And it's
even
like
the black dude.
The black dude is hanging out with the white men because, men link up.
Yeah.
And then like the white women are like secretaries, and they're like making her feel like shit. And it's just like, you hired them, they should want to hang with you. But anyways, back to Kesey being a slut. No, I'm just joking.
I mean, so in the original Wonder Years, the main character, what was it? Was it Kevin?
I can't remember.
Well, he has a crush on Winnie. I know that's Winnie, I think is her name. Dania plays Winnie or whatever. He has a crush on her. And so they're still keeping up with that same theme of him like having this girl best friend. And
this long running crush. Yeah.
And his girl best friend and his boy best friend end up kissing. But Keisha said that it was because of the trauma. They were trauma bonding over MLK's death, and that's why she kissed him. But she didn't really want Craig or Corey.
Well, let's think about her as an adult or her as a high school. So every time something tragic happened, you're going to find a way to...
But she's a kid. They don't...
And the show... The theme of colorism, I can't get past either. I text Christy. Why you laughing? I'm for real.
Oh, it was Becky. He had a crush on Becky, I guess. No, it was Winnie. Why they got Danica picture up here twice? He had a crush on Winnie. Yes, she texted me.
So there was an episode where they had to be locked in at the church. And I feel like Dean has a bit of a color issue. That's just me though.
Please don't do this. Please.
And so when the darker skin, but I'm gonna do this shit like y'all do Insecure every week.
Please.
When the darker skin girl had a crush on Dean, cute little girl too, he was trying to pay my sis.
His name is Corey. That's the friend name.
Corey, a whore. That ain't your friend, Dean. When the girl tried to tell Dean that she was feeling him and tried to give Dean his first kiss, he pushed my sis into the water. I felt some type of way about that.
Now you make it sound like domestic violence.
It was.
Dean abusive.
He is abusive. He pushed the girl, because she swam. How did he know? You know how it feels to get your hair wet?
Baptism.
You know how it feels to get your hair wet? And then he wanted to sneak and go talk to her, and then she was just like, "I really like you." And then it made me feel sad because she was like, "I know you don't look at me like you look at Kesey, colorist. Who's writing this show, assholes?"
Can you please don't. Please
no. So then at the end when they was going to church, now see, this is the real issue I have too. I can get past all what happened in that episode. Dean was feeling my sis, and my sis was like, "Hey, Dean," he was like, "Hey," and he was getting fussed at for whatever they did. And little hating ass Kesey wanted to be on the side, giving a side eye.
Because sometimes you don't know what you got until it's almost gone. And maybe she just thought that she been taking Dean for granted. She just thought.
Who is writing this show? Chrissy was so over me that one day I sat there and watched the 4 episodes.
I was like, this is not what this show is about. You are not going to turn this show into this. Because she immediately called me at Corey. I'm going to find him on Twitter. I'm like, leave that little boy alone.
I'm so ridiculous. But no, Wonder Years really is a really good show.
It's a very well-written show.
All jokes aside.
You could tell black people write the show.
And it's the 60s, and a lot of times when I hear something that's set in the 60s, I immediately think dogs and water hose and just terrible injustices, which that is all very much so true.
Yeah.
But then there were people who were dealing with that and still having fun and with their families and having a good family structure. I think sometimes when I see the 60s type of footage, I don't get people going home and having a good time. I get you went home and there was a cross being burned in your front yard.
There were black people that were doing well during that time.
Yeah, and for this family, they were doing well. And they were just really well-rounded across the board between the mom, the dad.
You got the sister that's trying to be militant.
Yeah.
And be like, sit down.
No, she's trying to be militant, but then it's like they don't realize that she's wearing a Black Panther t-shirt, talking about getting some ice cream. And it's just like, she looked like she about to go to a riot, but
Right. And then you got the older son that's at Vietnam.
Which me and Christy have decided we think they're probably going to kill him.
No, we don't know.
No, I think they're going to kill him on the season finale.
I hope that it's going to be him knocking on the door in the season finale.
I want it to be a happy ending, but I feel like they're going to want to, even though this is a comedy and it's lighthearted, you can tell they try to
tackle real issues.
And I feel like it's going to be a knock on the door. If I wrote the show, I would do a knock on the door and it'd be one of those things where they get ready to open the door and you don't know if it's going to be the son or the, you know how the military does, they come and tell you. So I would, if I wrote the show, I would do it where they either think the son's coming home, so he, at the end of the episode, they knock on the door and they're like, surprise! Oh shit.
Or I also wouldn't mind seeing the conflict. If he comes home from Vietnam, you know, he's like gonna be a man. He done seen some things, experienced some things. And so seeing that conflict between the dad and him, you know, being a man essentially and kind of
I don't know, because everybody I know who came back from Vietnam, that wasn't a conflict. There was so many issues. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, because I do realize they try to always remind you that there's a older brother. So I feel like at some point, him in general, either him passing away or him coming home, something about him is going to be a very big storyline.
Or what they'll do is they'll like end it where Dean finally get a kiss from Keisha or something like that, and then he come home being in the house and like it's very like sorrowful, and then it's like, what's
that mean? Keisha just bring bad luck. I don't know. Do you guys see the theme here?
The kiss of death.
Over it. I mean,
so y'all watch Wonder Years, because we
seriously,
need black shows, and you know ABC don't be having an issue with canceling shows and stuff.
No, really watch Wonder Years because it's actually a good show. And I wasn't really with the reboot business. Christy really kept saying, man, watch it. And honestly, the second I watched the first episode, even though they killed Dr. Martin Luther King in it, and I did like kind of tear up a little bit, I kept with it. And tonight they're going camping, so I can't wait to get home to watch it.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
I'm not going to bed until I watch it.
Yeah.
But else is on ABC, which I force.
Don't you want to be a
nasty girl? Don't you want to get tell me my nasty world? You nasty girl. You nasty girl. So they have a show. What is it called? Queens. Mm-hmm. Queens is it premiered on ABC. It has Notori from Theater W. I'm getting a little tired of your broken promises. Looking at your page to see different numbers and numbers.
And players, they gonna play. And haters,
they gonna hate. It has EVE, who I'm obsessed with. Congratulations.
What y'all niggas want?
What you want now? You can't touch. Congratulations, by the way. She's been trying to get pregnant for a very long time.
I said when I finally get me a man, I'm gonna play Got a Man
that I think I'm gonna love forever, and forever we'll be together. No matter where he goes, I'll be thinking of him. I'm gonna love him. You know, that was my first female rap CD. Like my first full CD with the explicit thing for female rap was Eve.
Let me talk about who
I am. So it's always love for EVE over here for me. Trick Daddy was my first. Like I had Will Smith, Big Willie style, but
400 Degrees was my first.
Trick Daddy's Book of Thugs.
Yeah, 400 Degrees. That's the.
I think use a hole, but you can't help it. Nah. But who else? Oh, it has Brandy.
I wanna be down.
I was gonna say never say.
I ain't even gonna fry.
I ain't even gonna lie. So I love that song.
You work in the club.
I was giving you the eye. I used to love that song. And it has some Spanish lady.
Butter pecan.
But don't you want? Yeah, never mind. Butter pecan is not my fave.
She not, cause I just don't understand how you do people like that.
Yeah, they need to beat that whole ass every time they see her.
Yeah.
But the show is about like a group that was in the 90s and they were popping. I think they had one really good album, maybe two good albums. But in the process, it's kind of like the same.
The stuff that
always happens. They did bad contracts. Mm-hmm. They was living like a lavish life, but not really because
they were living a lavish life on screen.
And it's like every time they did something, they had to pay the label back. So essentially, they were like making like pecans. You know what I mean?
Except for Butter Pecan.
Who was who first of all pushed herself into that group. Number one, but number two. Start messing. Well, then never mind. Because I was about to say start messing with Brandy's man, but they explained why they was a secret in the first place. So I don't know. But anyways, overall, it's a really good show because they fast forward and some girl that's like a /Sweetie/Nicki Minaj samples their song, which puts them kind of back on the map, and so you get to see what they're doing now. Mm-hmm. And so thus far, I thought it was gonna be super cheesy and dumb. Even though it was a little cheesy when Brandy was singing Wrecking Ball outside that house. I would have preferred her to find him like at a club or a bar and she sings Wrecking Ball to him in like a space.
I kind of didn't like her singing Wrecking Ball.
I liked it.
I don't know, because the song is like, I came in like a rat.
I liked her like her. She kind of came acoustic. I kind of liked that.
I came in like a rat.
I kind of liked that. But I would have preferred her to do record. I would prefer her to run up on him in a meeting in like a space where it wasn't outside his house, because it's like you wouldn't have been able to get to his friend. But
that was cheesy.
Yeah, that was a little cheesy to me.
But because I will say I was pleasantly surprised with the show, because they have the advertisement, the promotion they've been doing for it has been that whole Nasty Girl song, and it was just kind of like But I was thinking that this is gonna be like the Lee Daniels star thing,
where they can break into song at any point.
Yeah, but it's strictly for their performance when we see the music or whatnot.
Y'all really don't like Butter Pecan, though. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
I don't know. I still feel like, because she's not a entertainer though, right? She's just an actress, or.
The woman playing?
Yeah.
She's an actress. So when I seen parts of the interview on the Breakfast Club, she did mention that she was a bit shy because Eve and Notori and Brandy are used to being on stage. And I don't think, let me get this straight. The woman who plays it, fine. I don't like the actual character Butter Pecan, because it's just.
I'm trying to decide if I like the chick that played, because I said they should have got the one chick that played Taina on.
Oh, you don't like her, and you don't like her in the show.
Yeah, because like when they're performing, you could tell
They probably should have got a but I don't even want to say they probably should have got a performer, because an actress should be able to perform like an actor. But I think it would have been a better balance if they either got all actors trying to be, or they just got all performers who can act.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I said the girl who played Taina on Nickelodeon, her older sister. I know they're.
But then I don't even know why they needed the Latin girl. They could have really just got a super obvious light-skinned, green-eyed black girl.
Yeah.
To do the same type of role, because essentially she's supposed to be like cutthroat and pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know. But like I said, I think Brandy, Eve, and them are doing a great job. Mm-hmm. It's always,
even though I do feel like Jill is who Notori plays. I feel like her storyline is really like heavy-handed. Like
it's really dramatic.
Yeah,
it's like you're super Christian, super Catholic,
conservative.
I like her more in the flashbacks when they showing her like snorting cocaine. I'm sorry, I do. I love her in the flashbacks, because it was like you got someone on your nose.
Oh, my bad.
Like I like her in the flashbacks more than anything.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of funny with Eve, because I would kind of see her playing the role that Brandy is playing, because Eve seems like she's just more outspoken than what they've made her on the show. So I'm like, okay. And
I like seeing Eve here too, because anybody who's followed Eve knows her lyrics aren't like that. So it's just kind of funny to hear her voice, but hear these lyrics with that voice, and it's just like hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, Queens isn't as cheesy because then I was like, where y'all gonna go with this story? But they're doing a good job. So I mean, we only 2 episodes in.
Yeah.
So I'm a stick beside it.
I'm gonna stick beside it. We'll see what you're not gonna stick beside.
Grey's Anatomy can go to hell. So let me tell y'all something. I've been a Grey Sloan Memorial fan for quite some time. I just think Grey's Anatomy has hit its wit's end. No shade to that. They've had 100,000 seasons. We've seen Meredith get married. We've seen her husband pass away. We've seen her find love. Like, we've seen all these things. And we also seen a lot of doctors leave, which I get is real life. People leave their jobs. Just at this point, Grey's Anatomy really only plays their show when they're tying it into Station 19, which I cannot stand. And I just think it's time. Shonda Rhimes has at this point moved on from ABC. Let's just give it a rest. Let's hang it up flat screen. I didn't watch the season finale last season. I haven't even started this season. Don't think I'll be starting this season. It's just, I think they have gotten to the point where it's nothing left to tell.
I have been seeing online that people feel like they should just go ahead and wrap it up.
Which makes me feel sad overall because Debbie Allen, I think, is an executive producer and she directs a lot of the shows. So I love to see Debbie Allen get a check. But overall, that show really ran its course, hit its peak, found another peak, ran its course, and now we're here now, where it's like hang it up, delicious,
hang it up, flat screen,
and what's that girl name who told off Denzel, Meredith Grey?
Ellen Pompeo.
Let me tell you something.
You thought you did something.
You talked to Derek. Y'all, you talked to Denzel the fucking Washington like that again? Okay. Because that pissed me off. And plus, your show ain't that good for you to be doing all that. No shade. Not no more. Because it was a time, child. I was down to Grey Sloan Memorial.
Crying every week.
It was.
Another black show that's on a major network would be Our Kind of People.
Cancel it.
I'm not gonna say to cancel.
Let me tell y'all, I be having like a weird feeling about people, like shows, because I love to see my people get checks. So when I see Lance Gross and I see Byron from A Different World or Papa Pope, Morris Chestnut,
Nadine.
Yeah, I want people to get their checks.
Yeah.
I want y'all to get y'all checks. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
It's just like I'm watching it to support, but it's like the writing is so bad, like the dialogue is it's very like heavy-handed to let you know that we are black and it's like
we're black and we're Jack and Jill and we pledged in college and we went to these illustrious schools.
Yeah, it's like, are we just black? Because when that dude who was in prison started doing a spoken word, it was just like, I'm about to start this off.
If you've been watching Our Kind of People, each episode is damn near 20 episodes.
Yeah,
they hit the brakes, they hit the gas and never found the brakes.
Yeah. It's a lot going on. Like,
it's like you can't even get into a story because it's so much in the story, and then they're moving 100 more stories with that story. It's no story.
I don't understand what's going on with Morris Chestnut's character. I know that he feels that his wife be doing some stuff on the side with her dad as far as with the business, but then I don't really understand what is going on. And
then it's like the cousin, Yaya and her daughter want to be accepted, but they don't want to be accepted. But fuck y'all, but I'm about to show up to all y'all events and tell people we related when I don't have to tell people we related. When I could have got the check and shut the hell up.
Or if I need your help me.
Yeah, but also I'm gonna tell you off about how I think you're a terrible person. Like Lee Daniels.
It's like I feel like the people that he has in the show, they're too good to be dealing with the material that he has given them.
Yeah, and I don't like the fact that because Joe Morton is Papa Pope or Byron, because Joe Morton delivered these crazy monologues on Scandal and actually got like an Emmy, I believe, for them. It's like he opens him doing a whole monologue that had nothing to do with effing nothing, and that's annoying to me.
Yeah.
But again, I want them to get their checks, so I'm weirded out.
But I definitely don't think that LaToya Luckett should feel a way about
No, she did
losing
good.
out on the
Yeah,
show.
I mean, she's just gonna go on one of 50 Cent's Dope Boy shows, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna continue to watch it, to support. But if it was to get canceled, I don't want it to get canceled because, like I said, I want everybody to get a check. But
And so Queen Sugar's back.
yes, we still don't like Nova.
Y'all.
I feel nothing for Nova this full season.
There's that episode where they was digging in the lands, and then for them to the next scene for them to say Nova saved the day after the reason they were digging in the land was because of Nova's book pissed me off. And also, you see last night?
Yeah.
Also, I'm so tired of Ralph Angel. Take the fucking land.
Yeah. Ralph Angel is just so
a man child.
Yeah.
He's a man child. And it's pissing me off because the thing is, I worry about Darla's mental health.
Yeah, her sobriety.
Because I don't want her to fall off the wagon. But to me, it was just so you did all that and still lost the land. Y'all not fighting for it. Why y'all not fighting for daddy land? Because you stole the shit.
It.
You stole the shit.
And Hollywood was right to get in his ass.
No, and thank you. And that's what he needed, though.
Yeah.
He needed a man around because he really was about to boy his way out of it.
And don't be calling Blue because you got the family into some mess.
Yeah,
let Blue enjoy his time in DC getting a proper education.
Because the thing was at the end of the day, what I'm supposed to do, ask y'all for money? Well,
yes.
Well, you're gonna have to ask us for money on the back ends anyway. Because at the end of the day, you still use their resources.
Or get a job.
And that's it. Or even if you didn't get a job, it was Darla was my family has money.
Yeah.
Let us just use them. No, I'm not gonna use your mama money. At the end of the day, everything you tried to avoid.
So you want to risk going back to jail?
But literally everything he tried to avoid, he got back tenfold. Not only did you lose the land, now you gotta use them for your resources.
Right.
So who won here, Ralph Angel?
Nobody, you loser.
Oh, I hate that for my sis. My sis just want to have a healthy baby, and here you go with this bullshit.
Right.
Ugh, over it. Is Micah gay or is Micah taking a stance against homophobia?
I don't know, because he's gay in real life.
Well, I do know that because he dated the guy who used to be on that show with Jaden.
Yeah. I don't know if he's gradually, if we'll see him gradually go.
Because right now it just seems like he's taking a stance between them people trying to treat that boy different.
But then didn't it seem like he kind of felt away though when the dude was he had a date? It was just kind of well, who are you going out with?
I didn't think that when they was walking outside.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really think that. I didn't think. Because it was, I guess what makes me think that he's trying to take a stance against homophobia is when the boy was like, oh, you did a good job. And then they had released the hug and then the guys walked past and then he got him back okay. So.
If he's going to take a stance against it, I would like that better because I feel like the easy thing to do would just be to write that he's gay.
And that's what, and nothing against that. But I do think it's more of that's not a shock factor the way y'all think it's a shock factor. Look at his mom running for state council and look at his dad, this big time NBA player. Oh, the son's gay. Yeah. That's not as shocking as y'all
I would
think it is.
more so like to see him be an ally and how they're going to, because we don't really see that where it's a black man sticking up for his gay friend or the gay community.
I would like that more than them right now. I think that'd be just a shock factor thing that I think is kind of played at this point. It's not shocking for somebody to come out the closet. Yeah. Regardless of how y'all feel about it, it's just really not this shocking. You're gay? Nigga, this ain't Ellen and this ain't the 90s. Yeah. People don't care like that.
I'm just mad. They've been stressing Hollywood out this season. Hollywood been having to get people together.
Yeah, they really got Hollywood out his element.
Yeah, Hollywood is usually there for a good time and it's hard vibe or something.
He want to be there for a good time, some food and a beer. And y'all really fucking with Hollywood. Paula J. Parker.
Hussy, you Jezebel.
You know where she's at.
Yeah, this shoe. Paula been playing them roles since the 90s. Even now, she
now your son can't have no father figure.
Right.
Because you want to play.
Right. Now tell me who she was.
Hooray! Hooray!
Oh, or when she was, what was her name on
Idlewild?
No, on Sprung. Sprung is such like an under.
No, when she what they having sex? Call me a chicken. Sprung.
When she stole his cars.
Sprung was such a dumbass movie. Shout out with Tisha Campbell. Shout out to Sprung.
And they went to the she had to go pick him out at the lineup, and she had changed into like this like schoolgirl outfit. And
Can't tell them to say I did.
Girl, I know you want this dick.
It's so dumb.
And the gay dude, she's like, ooh, all that equipment going away. And John Whistle, now hold your dick and say, girl, I know you want this dick.
Sprung is funny.
No, Sprung is hilarious. Yeah, but Queen Sugar, I mean, I just hope that one season, I don't know when that show's gonna come to an end, but can we just get a season where they happy?
Or if not happy, does it have to be so tremendous every time?
Like they fighting for their lives, like every time.
It's like literally the bottom of it all. I hate that for them.
Yeah. And you can write Nova off too if y'all want to.
Bye, Christy. Okay, so the other show I've been watching is American Crime Story. I was watching even before I came here. American Crime Story Impeachment. Well, because they got it all out now. So this is the thing, because let me preempt this because I don't want nobody coming back saying we're slut shaming and male affiliated. About maybe last year, I was telling Christy how Monica Lewinsky kind of cracks all these jokes about the affair. And I was like, for her to be so traumatized and everything that happened, and I think it's crazy that like she kind of cracks these jokes that are pretty funny about the affair.
Yeah, because I would like see like BuzzFeed articles, or she would come across like social media, like IG or something, where I would see something. I was like, she's just not going to let us forget.
And it's not like, and sometimes, and for the most part, it hasn't been like me. Yeah. It's been like her kind of cracking jokes about sucking his dick, which I always was like, God, I thought this was different.
It's generally like somebody has to tell her you're a victim for her to be like,
I am a victim. So based on like her social media posts, me and Christy one day kind of looked up the story because granted we were alive during the story, but we were like young. And I can tell you, I know what happened, but I don't know, I wasn't as attentive as I would be now if something like that happened. So we realized that it all came out because of a woman named Linda Tripp. Monica was messing with Bill Clinton. She basically...
Well, so she said she was messing with Bill Clinton.
She told this lady named Linda Tripp, who was already pissed off because she did not like the Clinton administration. She said they came in there with their casual clothes, having pizza parties. That's what Linda Tripp said. She said they came
in business around these parts.
She said they came in there with their casual Fridays and their pizza parties. That's exactly what Linda Tripp said.
Y'all know I'm trying to lose weight and eating lean cuisines, and y'all having pizza parties.
So somebody committed suicide. I can't remember what that story was about, but either way, Linda Tripp and Monica ended up working at the Pentagon together. Monica went and told this lady who she barely knew how she was messing with the president.
Monica was telling everybody.
Monica told literally everybody who would listen to her that she was messing with the president, which I cannot understand because A, he's just married. Let's start at the beginning. Like, he is married. You just don't tell people you're messing with the married man. But then B, he's the president.
But this is the thing. Monica told people, like, I'm messing with him. But then with Linda, it was like, I've been calling him and he hasn't called me in a month.
And this was the thing too. I thought Monica and Bill was down in that White House getting back like Olivia Pope and President Fitzgerald Grant. I thought it was face down, ass up. I'm thinking he had her head.
The Kennedys.
I'm thinking that he had her face mushed into the wall while he hit it from the back. I'm thinking they going down to Camp David
regularly.
Thank you. I'm thinking like he can't live, he can't breathe, he can't even talk without her.
I'm thinking that he got her an apartment or something, like he paying her bills.
I thought she had a secret phone like Olivia Pope had that only the president called. I thought so much stuff until I seen this show. This affair was so boring. Monica was so aggravating. And then she admits like he wouldn't even talk to her for like 6 weeks at a time, and then she'll pop up because she worked in the White House and in the Pentagon. She got his schedule, so she would get the schedule and pop up to events he was at. She knew when Hillary wasn't with him. So if Hillary's not with you and you still not calling me, I think that says a lot.
He's at the hotel by himself and he hasn't called me. Cause he don't want
want
you.
you.
He got somebody else in his hotel room, girl.
Girl.
It's not you.
And then it's like this whole idea of y'all slut shamed her because y'all brought up her past. I'm not saying, I understand not bringing up people's past, but
Monica was proud of her past.
yeah, Monica was messing with a lot of married men.
Yeah, like I'm sorry, y'all, and I'm not male identified, but I honestly, I stopped watching this show after like 3 or 4 episodes because it was just really boring to me, and I got tired of every episode Monica being like, I haven't talked to him in a month, and I've been calling him, and I saw him at the office, so I showed him my Victoria's Secrets underwear.
She really did show him this. That's a whole other episode.
I just got so tired of that because I felt bad for Bill. Because I was like, she is stalking
Me
this
and
man.
Christy really was just like, yo, so Bill's the victim. And I felt bad when I was watching it like, you're like, because y'all have to watch it. She kept showing up to this damn White House. It was pissing me off.
It's like, or when she showed up, when he was outside and they like, it's a video that they have of her in a
that black beret.
Yeah. And it's like, she made a big deal about it.
Yeah, she came up there. She wasn't invited. He didn't invite her. She popped up on him.
It was and it was actually like, from what I saw, the people that she was talking to him about, they were kind of looking at her like, can you leave this man alone? It was Linda Tripp that I feel that kept
because Linda wanted that motherfucker out.
Yeah. But everybody else is just kind of like, stop telling everybody. Like, she had the one friend who was like, stop
shut up.
This. Yeah, like, why are you telling me?
Let's just really think about it. Monica kept that dress.
She did. Because I feel like she kept it as a souvenir because that was the only time it happened. I got from it that, like, they weren't having, like, sex.
On this episode with the grand jury, it's very, so what he did, which is, I remember he said what is, and I remember that being like a big thing back in the 90s, but what I'm watching now, because I haven't finished the episode, but what he did was, he used the definition that they use for the girl with the big nose.
Paula Jones?
Yeah. So whatever definition they gave him for sexual relations, he used that definition. They used, in that case, the reason why he said he never had sexual relationships with Monica Lewinsky. Does that make sense? Because they were like, this is sexual relations. Here's the definition. He was like, oh, if that's the definition. Yeah. And the funny part was his lawyers didn't even think of that. He was sitting there. That's what made me laugh. Because I'm like, that nigga is so terrible. Because he was like, I didn't lie. They was like, you did lie. He was like, no. Based on what they said about Paula Jones, this is sexual relations. I don't know what you mean. I didn't lie. And so I was like, that is effing G. Like, who would have thought of that? A nigga that ain't no good with thinking that. But I was sitting like, who would think of that? And so then even when
because Bill is probably like, I actually forgot. It only happened once. She gave me head once.
No, Bill was over it.
I forgot about it.
And Linda Tripp is such, and people, I mean, let me be clear. If you feel like Bill shouldn't have messed with her. He was already a married man to begin with.
He shouldn't have been.
But also, the bosses need to stop messing with lower level people.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, when I'm lower level, I like messing with the boss, so I don't like saying that too often because I always try to pull the boss.
But it's just the optics of it is never, because it's always the person that appears to have the power versus the person that doesn't.
Yeah.
And if you're the boss, you have the power over your subordinates.
Yes.
And so he was the president of the United States. And then plus, like, as the president, you're supposed to be like the face
example
of the United States. You're supposed to be like the epitome of morale.
Yeah. You're supposed to be the example. So yeah, I get the optics look totally bad. Also, I probably would have tried to mess with him too. I would have told everybody, but that's neither here nor there.
But like, I wouldn't have been mad at Monica because her messing with him was wrong because he's a married man. But if she would have got something out of it, like he was paying my rent or something, or
but she was too damn needy. She was aggravating.
Yeah,
Monica, that's all I got from this. Honestly, all I got from this.
Like, here, damn, let me take a club with my pants up here. Just do it. Damn. Stop calling me, Monica. Damn.
That's the only thing I got out of this. Bill is a dirty dick, and that's fine.
It's not okay.
It's not okay. No, I mean, yeah, Bill was a dirty dick. That's one thing I got out of this. It was very much so consensual. That's the second thing I got out of this. The third thing I got was Monica was just really needy as hell, and he picked the wrong bitch to fuck with.
Yeah, she's a bugaboo.
Yeah, he picked the wrong intern to mess with. I'm sorry. I mean, he shouldn't mess with no intern, but if he was gonna mess with an intern, Monica should have been at the end of that list. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And that's not, and you know, sexual assault and all that stuff is not okay. Being harassed at work is not okay. But if you watch Impeachment, like the whole time,
I felt like she was harassing him.
No, she really wasn't harassing
I'm sorry, y'all.
No, but if you,
but however Monica thought she was portraying herself, at least for me,
she didn't do a good job.
Because I came out of the situation. I mean, not the situation, but from what I saw of it, I was like, oh. You were messing, like, you wouldn't leave this man alone. Like, you didn't have to be in this position. You chose to be in this position, and it just so happened that you got caught up in Linda. So now you're trying to be like, well, I am a victim. Even though that wasn't
Linda
the first
Tripp is
time.
a predator, too. Linda Tripp very much so took advantage of Monica being
the predator in the situation.
A fucking buffoon.
Yeah.
But shout out to Impeachment. I think they might be on their last episode next week. I don't know. If you want to watch it, I suggest you just go ahead and skip to when she goes to the hotel for the first time to get investigated by the FBI.
Because it's a whole bunch of whining for the first 3 episodes.
Listen, anything before that is literally, I don't know what happened, Linda. I tried to call him. He didn't call me back. Hi, I'm at the White House. Can I see the president? I got you a turtle from when I was at the turtle shop. That's literally it. For 3 to 4 episodes. It's so ridiculous.
Have some dignity.
God damn, Monica. Who would have known we talk about Monica now?
I don't want to talk about her anymore. I want Monica to leave us alone.
That's sad.
Stop harassing us.
So shout out to Real Housewives of Atlanta. They've gotten rid of Cynthia, Portia. That's the third one.
Portia and Cynthia. Marla, you finally got your peach show, girl. It took them getting rid of those two, but you finally got your peach show.
Whatever. I don't watch Real Housewives. Oh, they had light skinned Keisha apparently is a part of the cast now. Girl, why?
I don't think she's a part of the cast. I just thought she was just at Marlo's.
But why? But anyways, so shout out to...
I don't even know the significance of her.
I don't even know the significance of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Scratch the whole show, take a year off. Rest in peace, Greg Leaks.
Yeah. Girl, did you see where Nene was like... Nene said something about because Cynthia reached out to her a week after Greg passed away, and then it was like, and they got together and got me a $200 bouquet of flowers. Like, I mean, I was just expecting, it's just like, Nene, really? Nene.
Bitch, I'm just gonna say she breathing and leave it. I mean, it's very on brand for her.
Nene is gonna Nene. Like,
Nene gonna leave.
Nene gonna leave.
But you know, shout out to Portia show
because a few months ago, the last time we did the show, we talked about Portia in that show. And we were like, we ain't watching that shit. Like, I don't care to see her relationship with Simon.
So update, we never say never.
Never say.
We saw the promo. We're fake as hell. We will be tuned in.
No, because I thought it was just gonna be like Portia, we're in love, we're happy, but to see that like they keeping their foot on Portia's neck about this relationship too, and to also see that that's probably why Shane want to go back to the Housewives right now, because it was like, damn, I'm getting it from my family, and I'm gonna have to deal with y'all.
Right. So we live. We gonna be watching it.
Good luck, Portia. We in there.
We in there.
The people's champ. And
pursuing Portia.
And also, I don't watch Dancing with the Stars, but I did see a couple of Kenya's dance routines. She was just recently voted off. And
shout out to Iman Shumter. You doing that?
Yeah,
right?
Shout out to both of them. I mean, Kenya, she looked like she was doing well. I don't know what determines those votes.
They do. I used to watch Dance with the Stars. The judges vote, and then it's the people voting. So they find it. So whatever the judges vote, and how many people, how the world votes, they have a system. They have a quote unquote system of how you do it. But
so even if the judges like gave you a perfect score, if the audience don't vote for you, you can still get voted off.
Yeah, essentially that's how that's how they brand it. because it's supposed to be a combination of both the audience and the judges score. But you know, when Brandy was on it, her family said they was calling a number for Brandy and number be like Katy Perry.
Brandy was on Dancing with the Stars?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So they said when they called, it was supposed to say, thank you for voting for Brandy, but it'd be like, thank you for voting for Michael Jackson. And Brandy family wasn't happy.
Well, good. I mean, Kenya, congratulations to you for making it that far.
Girl, for real.
And, you know, while you were on the show, you did your thing. And so, and good luck to Iman Shumpert, because, you know, very rarely do you see people that are that tall that can dance like that.
They dance good.
And are coordinated like that. But I'm actually not surprised that he's doing well. Because I feel like he, you know.
I don't know. I just get like him and old girl be having like great flexible sex. So I'm with it.
Well,
I felt like
in general, I thought that he could dance. Yeah, like he seemed like the type that could dance. So, but the Housewives of Potomac, they getting ready to wrap up. And I don't know how Candace made it through this season without getting her head knocked off. But you did it, girl. You did
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
They didn't beat your ass.
Congratulations. Because I feel like Mia, even though I'm indifferent to Mia, because Mia's kind of weird to me too, because she messy, but it's like weird. Because she will literally like hear you talking in the kitchen and it'll take it to the group like, I heard that they called you a bitch.
But
somebody called you a bitch, and then they'll come in there and be like, the other girls would be like, Mia said y'all called her a bitch. And they're like, no, we didn't. We just said that we are not feeling her right now. And then they'll be like, Mia. And she'll be like, well, I interpreted it that y'all called her.
The way I registered it.
Yeah. It's just like, okay. I mean, for most of the cast, I mean, with Giselle, I feel that the best thing about Giselle are her daughters. I feel like she's done very well at raising her daughters. And I just love the fact that they have like open communication. And I know some people may feel like they're disrespectful because, you know, people just feel like if kids talk back to
their kids, they really got to get out this notion that kids got to stay in the kids' place. That'd be a lot of the problems now.
Yeah, I like that they have open dialogue with each other. Robin, I think it's sad.
You better be happy Juan Dixon isn't here. You better be happy Juan Dixon isn't here. If Juan Dixon was here.
She said something like that this season. Everybody's just kind of looking like, okay, Robin. I think it's sad that Robin has allowed Juan to settle for her.
Juan Dixon?
Juan Dixon. And Robin has just been like, she's always under Giselle, but she's just been really Giselle's attack dog this season, and that's just very weird because I understand having your friends back, but when your friends start shit and then get put in their place,
you just gotta kind of just
but so it's like it's really Wendy is really coming at you, Robin, because you inserted yourself with the whole Giselle stuff. So whatever. Don't really care for Ashley because I still don't know how they allowed her to be all up in their business in the first couple of seasons. But then when her husband got caught harassing one of the crew members, she was able to flip that storyline into like, I'm gonna go find my daddy. You ain't never cared about finding your daddy. But now, you know, you went to go look for your daddy and then you got pregnant by Michael because I'm sure y'all worked out something behind the scenes. And so now you're like a mother, and so nobody comes at you, which I just kind of find that odd, but whatever. Karen, Madame, love Karen. Karen's funny.
Karen is funny.
Yeah, because Karen don't be taking stuff seriously.
She go on that show with the attitude you're supposed to have.
Yeah, Karen, love Karen. Wendy, I don't know, like, Wendy just seemed like she was finding herself this season. And I guess she feels like she was kind of a prude last season. So she was like in her Fashion Nova bag this season. Like she got her titties done, her booty done. And I don't know. So, and I also hope with Wendy, even though I think that it's funny that Wendy began Giselle and Robin together all season, I hope that her husband doesn't embarrass her.
Listen, that's the reason I can't be on them type of shows because I don't have faith in men. And the second you be like, I feel that way about Tabitha Brown as well. As much as I love Tabitha and Chance, it's like Don't let him embarrass you, sis, because they're good at that. They're really good, and they embarrass you when you least expect it.
Yeah, like I'm fully for Wendy speaking up for her husband and stuff like that, but I just hope that he don't embarrass her. Like I said, Mia, I'm indifferent towards her because I think she kind of weird. Like, she messy and, you know. And I don't care for Candace. I don't care for Candace's mouth. And, yeah. And, I mean, Candace's video was low budget. But at the same time, I understand her. You know, that was her funded. Like, she funded that video. And I understand that's her passion project. And it came out of her pocket or whatnot. So I understand her being mad at me for saying that. But just the constantly, you just really just going low and thinking that you can't get touched is just weird to me. Like, that's just, I don't know. And then for you to try and be like, well, nobody likes me because of colorism. And it's like, no, Candace, because of all the cast, you're the only one that be on social media going at people. And for you to try and be like colorism and classism and da-da-da, but then you've been on the show calling people hood rats and stuff like that and been online.
Yeah, she's actually disgusting.
Yeah, like
it's like she's just actually just a nasty person. You're not funny. You're not like at least Nene was funny.
Yeah,
Sheree was funny. People were funny.
You're not witty when you say what you say.
You attack very much like a white person. Yeah. Like that's why your mom died of cancer.
Yeah.
And I hate people who talk shit and don't think they can be slapped. Like, let's always be clear about this. That whole thing of sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me is a lie. I would not repeat that shit to my kids. Because the reality is words actually hurt worse than your ass.
Because they stick with you.
Yes.
It's so many people who have like heard stuff when they were kids and it's stuck with them and it's kept them in a certain place in their life. It
is so much stuff you repeat to your therapist about things that were said to you. Mm-hmm. As a person who be in therapy all the time, you be like, whatever, 7.
And I think it's also hypocritical for her and her fans to be like, well, you can't control how people react to you because, like I said, Mia said that her video was low budget, then she called her mama low budget, but then her fans were like, you can't, you know, well, she made her comment, so she can't, you know, Candace can react however she wants
to. But with that, somebody can also react by slapping the fuck out of you.
Yeah. So,
and then that's where everybody put the hands rules in. No, you have to be, you need to learn how to use your words. Sometimes words ain't enough. Sometimes
we don't have to just sit here cussing each other out and getting disrespectful and low with each other. Like, I don't.
Listen, I go to the bottom real quick. So I know I can never be on Real Housewives of Atlanta or Potomac. All that going back and forth. You got one time to say something, and then I'm just like, so you want to fight or not? No, so are we gonna fight? And then they're gonna spend like the majority of that show saying everything don't have to end with physical contact. I'm like, I'm just trying to figure out how to
beat my ass.
But how we figure, and if you do beat my ass, we're gonna fight every time I see you. So are you willing to fight every time? Because I am.
I'm ready to die for mine.
Yeah, I'm ready to fight every time I see you. I'm gonna war for what? You ready to go to war? No, because that be me. Because I in my mind, I couldn't imagine carrying an argument every function.
And you can't.
I don't operate in spaces well like that.
You can't. It's all abuse: physical abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse. It's all abuse. Like you can use your words as weapons. So I will use my hands as weapons.
Yeah, let's skip the process. Because if you keep talking shit, I'm assuming you want to fight anyway.
Yeah.
Like what is it? If we're arguing and you don't want to see my side, and clearly I'm not seeing your side, where does it end?
Yeah.
That's all I be having when that's all I be like, I just go to the end, so I'll be fighting or not.
And you like, there's a difference between you like roasting me and ha kiki for jokes.
Yeah, because I'm witty.
Yeah, and then you just being just like straight up.
And that's why your husband's cheating on you.
Yeah.
Because my husband might be cheating on me, but you about to wear one. Right. So now we all fucked up today.
Right.
My husband chilling me, you got your ass beat. Now where
do we go?
So we're gonna fight. That'd be me. I'll be
So, you know, Potomac, they getting ready to wrap up. And
that'd be so tired of me.
I also don't understand the excitement about Nicki Minaj, like, co-hosting or showing up, like...
Go ahead, Barb. You know the Barb just got out of my mention. It's probably like last week. Please stop.
Well, I don't want that. Well, my page is private, so they can't...
But honestly... Y'all real.
I mean,
It's more of a win for Potomac than it is for Nikki.
But I just don't even understand how it's a win for Potomac. I mean, I understand them being like excited to see her as a celebrity, but
I need to see how. You know, this is the bad stuff I didn't know.
So Candace.
I just didn't see this being a mashup.
Candace, you said that her mama was low budget, and that's just disrespectful.
And I don't want Nikki on there either if they're not going to answer questions like they normally answer.
Yeah.
So I hope she's not doing the whole interview. I hope they got like a cute, quirky little thing going to the right.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to do the same way with Andy. They're not going to be, because they damn near, it'll be different. I ain't going to like that vibe.
Well, we'll see, because they have the season finale coming up, and then the reunion in like a week or two.
It ain't going to be better than last season when old girl came with that binder and label and people name on that bitch.
Her slam book.
Girl, that shit had me dying. So was he? Giselle?
She had a chapter on everybody, like even your friends, Monique. Hey.
Hey, I know what's gonna happen.
I know what's gonna happen.
I know what's gonna happen.
Anybody can
I don't know. I got the cameraman too, bitch.
Right, we here. We here.
She was so, I mean,
on page 15.
No, because the number 713-555-2222. Is that his number?
Giselle, is that the number?
Karen, well, is it?
Yes.
And that's what I'm like, bitch! Just gotta fight. Sometimes you just have to fight. Sometimes you don't learn. Just because they're like, bitch, I got your number. That's it. Sometimes you just, y'all gonna learn. They would have to clear the stage. They had to reset. They would have told her not to bring that binder back outside. Because, you know, they stop letting you bring props at the Kenya. Sometimes y'all gonna learn.
I got your number, Hussy.
Yeah. Sometimes y'all gonna learn. Not if you buck, is it all? Oh, shit. You laughing, I'm for real.
Yeah, that would have been so funny if she would have said that number. And everybody like Giselle was at the number. Giselle would just jumped up.
And plus the fucking just started slamming it home. What? It was Karen. Well, is it?
Yes, it is.
That's all you had. It's like and you had to go to say yes, it is with an attitude. What? I'm sorry, Christy dog. Stop.
What's she doing?
She kept trying to snap at me. Because I'm not paying you no money, so I'm scared now.
Stop it.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Christy dog has been like harassing me.
So another show that I've been watching is Married at First Sight. They are in Houston.
Are they in Houston?
Yeah, another season of y'all letting them producers ruin y'all lives. But I don't know, like just now, I just think it gets to a point where they just be doing them couples for like ratings, because I think a lot of people this season shouldn't be on the show. Johnny and Bao, they're the Asian couple this season. I thought that Bao was gonna be a problem because Bao initially on the little pre-show, I got from Bao that she wanted like a white man or something like that, because she was like, if you give me an Asian man, I know every Asian in Houston. We have a community. I'm gonna give you a list of the Asian men that do not hook me up with them. But she ended up getting matched with Johnny, and apparently she had a crush on Johnny back in the day. And you know, like I just thought that because Bao was on some like, if I go to the gym, I may come home and just get in the bed.
Ew.
And Johnny was like,
That's
can you
gross.
bathe though?
Yeah, that's fucking gross.
Yeah, so I thought it was gonna be Bao, but Johnny has some real issues, and Johnny should not have been on the show. Like Johnny straight up told this girl, like, we met 15 years ago. I didn't call you back then because I didn't like you. Mm-hmm. And so it's just like, well, damn. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Johnny, and I wouldn't be surprised if he is behind the scenes, like doing coke and stuff. Brett and Ryan, I don't feel like you should come on the show if you have a set type in your mind, and if you get matched out, because Brett is a redhead or whatever, she's a ginger, and Ryan is just not attracted to her. And he like has his height, even though he's kind of like, I think I would get along with Ryan because he has a dry humor. Like he like says stuff off the wall where you be like, so you said that this shit was funny because it was like one of the other couples, Jose, and we'll talk about him and I forgot, Rachel. Rachel has said this whole episode, Jose is like, she said another man's name. I'm done with her. She called me another man's name. So he had us thinking, the audience thinking that she had like called him an ex-boyfriend because she had already admitted that she had cheated on her ex and he was feeling away about that. He went this whole episode, he locked the girl out the house at like 1 o'clock in the morning, cussed the girl out and stuff, and was like, you called me by somebody else's name. That this is a 2-hour episode. By like hour and a half, all the guys are together, and Brian is just like, dude, she called you Johnny. Like, what are you doing? And it was just like, so you really had this whole episode thinking that this chick called you by another man's name and it was a cast member? So yeah, Ryan, I think Ryan is funny at times, even though I do think that he probably would have been at the Capitol on January 6th. Okay. I feel like he insurrectionist or he insurrectionist adjacent. And so yeah, but Brett, I think she's really sweet. They could have did her better. Jose and Rachel, I am kind of surprised that they've been making it because I thought that Jose was kind of gay. And he like has this list of like everything is a list. The perfect woman is a list. Like his expenses are a list. Like all that. But apparently him and Rachel are feeling each other, even though Rachel like made a comment when they got married, like, I told them that even if I'm not attracted to my husband, I was gonna make it work or something like that. And it was just like, oh, so you're not attracted to him? But they may last. Then there's Mirla and Gil. And Mirla, she can be a Debbie Downer, which can be annoying, but I was annoyed at Gil initially because he kept talking about her spending habits. And my whole thing is like, if Mirla can afford to live a certain way and buy certain brands, and if she's not going into debt, why do you care about how she spends her money? Yeah. And it was just always him just kind of nagging him and stuff and calling her like, oh, a pampered princess and da-da-da. And to me, that just kind of spoke to his insecurities. But they apparently appear to be like doing very well with the couples. And it took him a minute to even get a kiss from her. But they seem of the couples to have like the best communication skills. And then we have Zach and Michaela, or Hurricane K, they call her. I personally don't think that Zach should be on the show because I feel like he's immature, and I don't understand how you go from being like, I've never been in love, to then being married at first sight. That's crazy. Yeah, so I don't know if he actually signed up for the show or if a producer reached out to him, because you know they be recruiting for shows. Yeah. And he's like, Zach is like, of course I want a man that's in touch with his emotions, but Zach is the type that like, if we arguing, you need a man with sensitivity, a man like me. I don't know how I would feel if me and my man are like having a difficult conversation and then he just start crying. Like, because well, Christy don't cry, so I do cry, but he's just we cry together. Yes, but he's just like, Zach cries at like the drop of a dime, which I was just like, okay, Zach, like it's okay for you to cry, but you can't cry all the time, okay? And then Michaela should not have been on this show. And a red flag for Michaela should have been when they were like, oh, so serious relationships, have you been in one? She's like, well, there were 2, but they moved away. And it's like, so just because they moved, like, you couldn't, it was like, maybe they tried to get the fuck away. Yeah, it was like, have you been in love? And she was like, there were 2 guys I could have saw myself being in love with, but they moved away. And it was just like, so that ended the relationship? Was the relationship that deep? If I don't think it was that deep. Yeah. And she has like abandonment issues because like her father was killed and stuff. And Michaela, instead of trying to get married, Michaela should have been in somebody's therapy. Like on
and she the one who tore up the house, right?
Yes, we're through Hurricane K. Like, because even on the pre-shows or whatever, I thought she was really extra. But I was just like, okay, you know, cameras or whatever, you know. And I mean, people have big personalities. But Michaela, like the first time he left and didn't tell her where he was going, she taking the anger out on the Clorox box and stuff, packing her shit up and leaving. And then it's just like she's kind of one of those people that like that'll do stuff, and then like when you tell them like you did this and then it's just kind of like, okay, I'm sorry. Let's move on. Yeah, it's like let's move past this.
Yeah. Why are you holding on to?
Yeah, yeah. And so, yeah, she's just, I couldn't, like, I can relate to Zach in a way because he and I have similar communication styles of, like, when there is conflict, you just kind of, like, shut down. If you see it getting ready to go to a certain level, it's just kind of like, okay, I don't want to go there with you. Let me shut down. Or it's like, if it's too intense, with the intensity, it's kind of like that nervous laugh, but you don't mean
asshole.
Yeah, it comes across as being an asshole, but it's just really just kind of like this is kind of crazy. So like, I get his communication style, but I can also see how somebody on the opposite side will find that infuriating. Because it's like, if I'm at a certain point, I want you to reach that certain point. Yeah, and he doesn't give her that, and so. Yeah, neither one of them should have been on the show, in my opinion. And I hope Kayla really does get some count. I hope that she watches this show and she is embarrassed by her behavior, and that pushes her.
That's why I would never go on a show like that.
When your whole family is like Hurricane K,
yeah.
and I should be able to be around you, and not that I should disrespect you with what I say, but I shouldn't feel that every time I say something, it's gonna cause an outburst.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to walk on eggshells around you. But y'all all should stop letting the producers ruin y'all lives like that. And these quote unquote experts, because them couples be married for like a day and they'll come in there and be like, "So are you having sex? Is the sex good?" And it's just like, y'all.
Dude, why I would even last on that show? Because if I go down, I told you, if I go down that aisle and see somebody else married, I'm just.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be Hurricane Ebony.
Yeah. It's just like all of y'all are married. Y'all know that sex is not everything in a relationship. Like,
give them more than a day, my nigga.
Yeah, it's like y'all should be encouraging them to establish emotional relationships. Yeah, before they take the intimacy, the sexual route or whatnot. But y'all watch Married at First Sight on Wednesdays.
Today, because it's trending right now, number 2.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
we'll be here next week to catch up on Insecure.
Yeah.
A lot of thoughts.
Woo woo.
The show is back.
Yeah.
Y'all are so draining when it comes to that
Ain't
show.
shit changed.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Well, guys, see you next week.
I know. We back, y'all.
We back. We'll be watching Insecure, and we'll be back next week to recap both episodes of Insecure and catch up on some other stuff.
And also, like, let us know what shows we should watch too.
They tried to, but we be going ghost on these niggas. They don't trust us.
I'm sorry.
Because that girl really was like, "Can y'all take the show?"
Well,
she said she listen to it in the morning when she walk in.
Here you go, girl.
She said that shit about to go, bitch.
Here you go, girl.
I got you, girl.
Bye, y'all.
Y'all be good.